Hey, I'm Paul Butler, and I'm delighted to be joined today by my friend and colleague, Aaron Miller. And Aaron, with regard to this program, Positively Reducing Conflicts, I've got a few questions for you. First of all, what is that program all about?
Yeah, well, it's real simple, Paul, and thanks for having me on. We just have to understand that negative conflict is expected in life because of the human element. And so where it's going to pop up is not just in our personal lives, it's also going to happen professionally as well. And so what we want to teach our people to do is to navigate. And there's all sorts of interesting, fun, interactive ways that we're going to do that. But really, it begins with looking at ourselves and asking key questions about like, well, how do we want to be treated? How do we want to be responded to? And so here's the basic summary. Here's the underpinnings, okay? We don't just want to look after our own interests. I mean, we do that naturally, but we don't want to just do that. We also want to look after the interests of other people. And if we can capture that, if we can actually put that into practice and begin to apply that in all areas of life, we'll find that we'll be more successful in our pursuits.
Oh, brilliant. Aaron, could I ask, as a participant, if I was a participant attending this seminar, what's kind of in it for me? I mean, being properly selfish, how can I benefit from this in the work that I do every day, either as a leader or as a colleague, serving my customers, my vendors?
Yeah, you'll benefit in, I think, all sorts of different directions. I think it won't be all clear at once necessarily. I think this is kind of a path that one has to begin to walk and to apply as you begin to see the benefit, but the benefits will come. And I think it starts interpersonally. I think you begin to understand how you relate to other people because no one works in a vacuum. We are all interdependent to some way or another upon other people, either above us, below us, alongside of us. And so in that interdependence in the workplace, we begin to experience the benefit of us all working together, despite the natural conflict that's going to arise.
What would be your credibility, Aaron? I mean, obviously I know you well, but if someone that doesn't know you at all, what's your credibility to be able to speak on this subject and help people navigate through this subject?
Yeah, so people don't know this generally about me, but I do a lot of personal and professional counseling, meeting with individuals, meeting with couples, meeting with people and their families. And here's what I've learned through the years, okay? Conflict, because it's going to happen, conflict is actually an opportunity. So the objective is not to eradicate conflict because that's impossible. It's to accept that it's going to happen. What we want to do is eradicate the negative impact of conflict. And so if we can have a different perspective about how conflict can actually propel us into a greater success, that will be like fuel in our jet engine, right? So it's an opportunity. And so some of the objectives that we're going to go after is to understand the common source of where that conflict is coming from, right? We want people to know their own tendencies in that conflict. And we want people to see the benefits of a win-win mindset. And so we'll do all sorts of different exercises. We'll employ what is known as the Thomas Kilmann instrument. It's basically a self-assessment, a robust self-assessment of knowing ourselves and learning and knowing other people.
Oh, brilliant, Aaron. Aaron, just to finish up on a light note, what would be a fun fact about Aaron Miller that you'd love the participants to know, just to let them into your world a little bit?
Oh, a fun fact. Well, I'll do almost anything for a good breakfast burrito, but setting that aside, you know what I do love? I do love perusing old used bookstores.
Ooh, yes,
Probably
you're speaking.
too much.
Oh, you're speaking my love language right there, Aaron.
Yeah, I love this is so strange, folks, but I love cracking them open and breathing it in. That's probably a problem, but you know, we all have our vices, and that's mine.
Aaron, thanks ever so much for taking a few minutes for us, and hopefully this short video just give participants a little bit more of an insight into this really excellent seminar called Positively Reducing Conflict. Thanks for your time today, Aaron.
Thank you, Paul.